What do you get when you combine nunspoitation, Alyssa Milano, and a Catholic teenage boy's fantasy? You get this week's movie, Deadly Sins. Deadly Sins is a 1995 horror thriller nunspoitation from director Michael Robinson. The movie opens on the island of wayward Catholic high school girls, where it's foggy 24 hours a day. The girls are at choir practice. One of the girls goes to ring the church bell, which causes the body of a classmate to come crashing down. The director wanted to make absolutely sure we knew she hung herself. How long was choir practice? It was night, the girl hung herself, and now it's day?
We resist progress here.
That's the Catholic Church in a nutshell. Christina is a young nun in training who recently joined the convent, where she investigates some mysterious disappearances. Look at that list of victims. No one else is looking into this? Outside, someone is stealing a large cross. The girl who found Gwen's body is telling the story to Beth, who could not care less.
It was horrible.
Yeah, it's a real drag, all right.
The next day, Jack, the new deputy, is headed for the island. Are they filming me? Oh, okay. I'll look over here. Jack wastes no time coming on to the locals.
Where's everybody?
You're looking at him.
Nice looking population.
Rita runs the local tavern, which is attached to the police station. Makes sense. 90% of the island's crimes probably happen on dollar draft night. Jack is checking out his office when he gets a message from the Mother Superior. He also gets a message about the stolen cross. That's fine, Jack. Just park right in front of the entrance. After looking at the body, Jack wants to talk to the island medical examiner. Only the island doesn't have one. They have a vet that doubles as a doctor. Sure, why not? Snug Cove? Why do villages always sound like code names for vagina? He goes to visit the vet, appropriately named Doc. He asks Doc's opinion on Gwen and finds out that he's kind of a smartass.
Don't worry about it, Deputy. I examined the girl already before they sullied the scene of the crime.
Well, great. What'd you find?
She's dead. Stone cold dead. And I'd stake my reputation on it.
Beth trips Polly right into the stunt mat. Jack and Doc are at the convent to see the coroner from the mainland picking up Gwen.
Could have sworn she just made eyes at me. You Catholic?
What difference does it make what I am? I'm not the one thinking of sleeping with a nun.
That's a bit morbid. He's checking out the hot nun as they wheel a corpse in front of him. Jack goes to see the Mother Superior.
Like most of our girls, Gwendolyn was an orphan, abandoned at birth.
So there's a high child abandonment rate on an island with a population so small they don't even have a doctor? Doc is having some pie with Emily, the cook. The camera zooms into the previous Mother Superior, Mother Bernadette. Well, doesn't she look friendly? Jack heads outside and runs into Beth.
You know, you really shouldn't be smoking. You're just a kid.
Beth tells Jack where Mother Bernadette's cross was before it was stolen. Didn't she just say she was in class with Mother Bernadette?
Shouldn't you be in class?
Mother Bernadette gave me meditation. I guess I've been a bad girl. That's where Mother Bernadette's cross was. Gazebo's in the back. And those are Mother Bernadette's flowers.
I thought Mother Bernadette was dead.
Yeah, so's Elvis.
Jack stops into Terry's tavern for some dinner, and Rita won't stop hitting on him.
They don't like strangers.
Speak for yourself.
Doc's telling him about Mother Bernadette, who died 5 years ago, but everyone still thinks she haunts the island. Maybe that explains all the fog. That night, Beth sneaks out to find Eric, the local delivery boy. And what does he deliver?
What was that?
Take it easy. We're all alone here.
What are you worried about? It's not like this whole place is full of windows and anyone is gonna see in. So Eric throws Beth on the table, where they begin sinning most vigorously. This feels like an episode of the Red Shoe Diaries. Over in Christina's room, who is that, Dracula? I don't think that's regulation nun sleeping attire. Rita's talking to Jack about the nuns.
Did you know that Mother Bernadette was dead for over a month before anyone caught wind of it?
No, literally, the town caught wind of it. She was stinking up the joint. Susie, one of the other girls, is fleeing the convent. She gets chased by the ghost nun and impaled on a pickaxe. Doc gives Jack the coroner's report and tells him that he thinks that Gwen was murdered. Jack goes to tell the Mother Superior. He's not very good at this.
Murder. Do you really think it's possible?
Well, I don't know for sure, but she was strangled to death. She was 4 months pregnant, and someone carved a cross on her stomach.
She was strangled to death and carved up. but I'm not sure if it was a murder. Mother Superior brings in Christina to help Jack with the investigation. She then tells him that they've had a wee problem with girls disappearing.
You should know. Several girls have run away since then.
How many is several?
10.
You've got to be kidding me.
We've lost 11 if you count Gwendolyn.
Oh, I count Gwendolyn.
She lets him know about Susie, so that makes it 12 girls missing. Jack talks to Emily and Father Anthony about the missing girls and the missing cross.
What can you tell me about a stolen cross?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
A cross was reported stolen from here, and now no one seems to know anything about it.
What has that got to do with the girl's death?
Maybe nothing.
Maybe everything. Beth accuses Headmaster Gray of getting Gwen pregnant. Then he gets all creepy.
I suppose we all have our dirty little secrets. Don't we, Beth? Perhaps you'd like to discuss it tonight with your delivery boy.
Well, you had to know that somebody was looking in. Not you, Seymour. Father Anthony's talking to the Mother Superior, and it's clear there's some sort of cover-up.
I must tell them.
You can't. You must never say anything.
Christine explains she's still a nun in training, so Jack feels bad about coming on to her.
How long you been a nun?
I'm not.
No?
Yet. I'm a novitiate. I don't take my vows until next year.
Emily stops in to see the Mother Superior.
You look tired.
Yeah, she's had a very rough day of frowning at people and generally disapproving of anything fun. Marie stops by the headmaster's office and finds he's made some homemade porno with Polly. Ew. Marie's walking back to the convent and falls into an open grave. I'd say how the hell could she miss a big hole in the ground, but it's so foggy everywhere, I guess it's possible. Jack saves her and she tries to thank him. Wow, this place really is a hotbed of sexual repression. Beth's confessing her sins and someone's spying through the church glory hole. She tells Father Anthony about all the sex she's been engaging in, and he's having trouble composing himself.
And there's this boy I've been seeing at night. Sometimes we meet in the forest, in the cellar, sometimes in the gazebo.
Later that night, Eric goes to see Beth at the gazebo.
Jesus! This place gives me the creeps.
Hold on, you act like you're dead, laugh about it, but this place gives you the creeps? They head into the garage for some why is there a giant rotating bed here? Jack gets a phone call from Christina. Okay, that is absolutely positively not Alyssa Milano's voice.
Hi, Jack. It's Christina. Are you there?
Hello, sister.
I'm not a sister yet.
Oh.
I have something to show you. Can you come to my classroom?
All right. I'll be right down.
Great. See you soon.
Bye.
Christina finds the old blueprints for the convent and discovers that it was built on top of a winery. Jack gets a fax showing him that the headmaster has an arrest record from back when he worked at an all-girls school. Eric's at the gazebo, and who's this girl now? She leaves, and he waits for Beth to show up. 2 girls in one night? This guy is never leaving the island. Unfortunately, this time it's not Beth. It's the evil nun in white, and makes growly noises. Beth finds Eric's body and runs away. She tells everyone she saw Mother Bernadette.
That's the shed.
Yeah, okay, good.
Thanks, I had no idea. Jack digs up Mother Bernadette's grave and finds it empty. Jack confronts the headmaster about the girl he molested. Holy crap, it's not foggy, and they fixed that quickly. The headmaster goes to see Father Anthony. Is he unzipping his pants?
Father. Please.
Jack searches the headmaster's house and finds a video he recorded of Eric banging pretty much every girl at the convent. He watches the entire video for investigative purposes. He goes to arrest the headmaster, but he kills himself. Now that he believes the case is closed, Jack goes and gets drunk. Christina takes Jack out for some fresh air, and whoa! She confides in him that she's not really a nun.
I'm a private investigator hired by the church.
Since when?
For the past 3 months. I started 2 runaways ago.
Not really a nun? All right, game on! Marie goes to church and is attacked by the growling nun. Jack and Christina go to the convent. Maybe you shouldn't make out in front of everyone. Beth tells them Marie's missing, so they go to the Mother Superior, who is not too happy with Christina.
Only the innocents are killed.
I think she messed up the name here and meant to say Marie.
But Beth was a straight-A student.
Beth is the slutty one.
So all the girls that disappeared were good girls. They were good students.
She then has a breakthrough.
And what about Gwen?
Well, Gwen didn't go to confession. And the only way to be sure who the good girls were would be to listen in on their confessions.
She's searching the confessional and finds a secret passageway that leads to a hidden room, and she gets knocked out. Jack finds Christina tied up, so he goes to look for something to cut her loose. He then stumbles upon the dead bodies of all the missing girls. The killer announces herself, and it's Pat.
Oh, dare you come here?
She fights Jack, and he knocks her out and takes the knife. Okay, so tie her up so she doesn't get away, or leave her there. That's cool, too. This guy does suck at being a cop. The killer is, of course, Emily.
Don't be afraid if you've been a good girl.
Actually, shouldn't it be the other way around? She only killed the good girls. Emily gets knocked into the table, and Christina drops the cross on her deception style. The coroner picks up the bodies. Hey, Doc. Christina has a concussion, and Jack was stabbed. Maybe you should have a look? The camera pans back over to the convent, and... Huh? The movie was filmed in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. This was filmed back in the mid-90s when Alyssa Milano was having trouble finding work, and did a string of softcore direct-to-video flicks. While Embrace of the Vampire is the most notorious one, it's a shame this one's overlooked. It's not even on DVD yet. While Embrace of the Vampire is chock full of Alyssa Milano nudity, Deadly Sins is actually a good story. Sure, it has its own fair share of nude scenes, but no more or less than other erotic thrillers like Basic Instinct and The Last Seduction. Milano's acting was rather good, and you could tell it was a role she was enjoying, as opposed to some of the other films she did at the time. David Keith, not to be confused with Keith David, played Jake. He's one of those classic good across-the-board actors. He always adds the right element to whatever the character needs. It just so happens that he's usually playing a cop, a detective, or an officer in the military. The movie was directed by Michael Robinson. He's directed tons of stuff, mostly supernatural TV shows like Poltergeist: The Legacy, The Dead Zone, and Eureka. His directing was quite good, and I would have liked to have seen this in widescreen, but like I said, this never made it past VHS and late-night cable, which is where I saw it the first time. Okay, the first few times. I like the creative spin of the film. Emily was killing the good girls, which goes against the old horror cliche of the good girls being the ones that get spared. In this, the slutty girls were the safest, since Emily was looking for pure souls to give to Mother Bernadette. The film is exploitation, but it makes no bones about it. It's there to showcase a cool little story, mixed with a large amount of nudity, and fulfill a sexual fantasy of Alyssa Milano as an undercover nun cop.
Can we talk about this later?
Well, yeah, but no,
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
Yeah.
I think I feel a religious urge coming on.